What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Lou. So back here again for another video, man. Today we got a video. We actually have two videos because I couldn't find, or at least I don't know to my knowledge, I don't know a video in which contains both the moment where he said the N-word and I know that's how the weird kind of starting off the video, but you already know what the title is. I don't know which clip has a moment exactly, so I know this one is from Inside Edition, and I know they have part of it because I skimmed through. So apparently he says it in this one, and then I have another one. There's another video by CNN, which is the video where he came out with the apology. Joe Rogan, the person I'm talking about, came out with an apology, and we're gonna check that one out as well. So with that being said, we're gonna watch two. This one's from Inside Edition. With that being said, we're gonna get into this news. Glad to be seeing y'all on YouTube. Not necessarily ecstatic about what it is we're talking about, but anyways, because I don't watch Joe Rogan often. I've seen bits here and there. He huge podcast, if not, I think the biggest podcast in the world, one of the biggest ones. And you know what I'm saying, from right here, a lot of people really like and respect the guy. He's had a lot of people on there, Elon Musk, from rappers to celebrities to athletes to billionaires, and he's just, you know what I'm saying, he's really been going crazy with the content and just putting, I guess, a message of some sort out there. Like I said, I don't really watch his stuff, but I hear good things, hear nothing but good things, and I've seen clips here and there, and it looks to be a decent entertaining, you know what I'm saying, podcast. So, but eventually they get dirt on everybody, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to jump to any conclusions because I actually don't know. I haven't really seen the clips or anything. So we're going to check this out. Before you do so, you have to let me know down below in the comments, how was your day? Hopefully it was pretty good. And if it wasn't, maybe I usually say this will make it better, but I'm not sure necessarily how this is going to make it better. Maybe my commentary will make it better. Anyways, let's get it. Like I said, this one's like a 2-minute clip from Inside Edition. We're gonna check this out. Then we're gonna check out the CNN one where he came out with the apology video. So let's get it. Let's go.
More fallout today for embattled Joe Rogan.
Why is he more fallout today from Joe Rogan?
Following his apology for repeatedly using the N-word years ago.
Years ago.
And humble apologies.
I thought it was like recent.
I wish there was more that I could say, but all of this is just me talking from the bottom of my heart. It makes me sick watching that video.
The troubling video sparking the uproar went viral over the weekend, and we should warn you, it's difficult to watch.
Let's see.
You know, saying the word.
Today, Spotify condemned
Rogan's
language, but said it would not remove his popular podcast from its streaming service.
I don't think they necessarily should.
Rogan has
it's from the past.
Delete an additional 70 episodes of the Joe Rogan Experience. I do not believe that silencing Joe is the answer, writes Spotify CEO. We should have clear lines around content and take action when they are crossed. But canceling voices is a slippery slope.
That is true. However, they've done that. I mean, that's true. I don't know who Spotify, like, what their bigger company is, because, you know what I'm saying, like Disney, like, they don't mind doing that. They don't mind, like, if an artist or a person who's represented in any of their type of films or shows comes out with a controversial opinion or has some sort of thoughts towards something that's not generally accepted by the mass media, then they're easily, like, you know what I'm saying, just cut you out, and they'll just be like, you know what I'm saying, drop you. Like they done with numerous of actors, some of which had to do with Marvel properties, some have to do with Star Wars properties. If you know, you know. So I don't know. People might say it's weird on Spotify for them not to do that when he's, you know what I'm saying, said the N-word, but I really don't know. Like, I gotta ponder upon it and really, you know what I'm saying, because I don't know.
7 days ago, The Rock expressed support for Rogan over allegations that he was spreading disinformation about COVID-19.
Really?
But in the wake of the N-word controversy,
yeah, you gotta be careful when talking about that.
He is now saying, "I was not aware of his N-word use. Learning moment for me."
Dang.
Image consultant Mike Paul says Rogan's apology may not be enough to save his brand.
If Joe Rogan is getting best,
yeah, because I'm gonna stop pausing, but all you need is like one moment where you like slip up, where they find something on you, and then that's just something people can throw at you any moment's notice, no matter how outstanding or good your brand was, or what you done, or what you accomplished. You know what I'm saying? Look at all the great people of the world, or people who we deem to be like great and like amazing, or had awesome careers and done great things, but every single one of them, just about every single one of them, there's something that could be said where it's like, oh, apparently they were this way, or apparently they did that, or apparently there's this, or the allegations here, and you know what I'm saying? So it's like, or they said this, or they support this, or they're part of this problem. You know what I'm saying? It's like any person out there is at liability to be like, once they reach a certain point of like notoriety, they're at liability to be like researched and then analyzed really closely and like see what it is they do, and like people will take moments from their past and then bring it up in the future, and they'll really sometimes detrimentally harm them in their future careers and just how people overall view them, especially given the fact that they're just now, you know what I'm saying, or not just now, but in his case, like you had such a big community of like supporters and nothing but positive energy, and then this happens, you know, so it's crazy.
Right now, today, on this issue,
that's why I said certain people,
how many people
couldn't be
how
celebrities.
many brands and how many shows have gotten away with using the N-word in history. I can assure you, not many.
Fox Business Network.
I don't know how it's like.
Spotify is in a very difficult position. It's between a rock and a hard place. I mean, they've got this podcast star for whom they paid $100 million reportedly to sign this deal. And why did they see Joe Rogan as so valuable? Because he's outspoken and controversial. But it's kind of a double-edged sword here.
Yeah. All right, so that was the Inside Edition one. They had a little bit of him actually saying. Now we have a one. This is from CNN, and apparently this contains more of the apology video, and maybe they'll give us more information. I'm not the biggest CNN person, or like, but they generally get the information, although it is a little skewed and a little biased here and there. But we'll check it out.
Joe Rogan is now apologizing after videos resurfaced of him using the N-word multiple times on his podcast, Patriot Takes, which put the video together as an organization that aims to
I need a thumbnail, so if you see me making a facial.
The video is an edited compilation of different podcast episodes, and we have to warn you, this is very disturbing to hear.
All right.
Like, you know, the thing.
Yeah, saying the word you've already said is just like saying she's calling you like this boy that he's and starts calling them
I mean, well, in the context of what you're saying, okay, I didn't know they had this. I was scanning through. I didn't know they had the actual like compilation here. But okay, I wouldn't have watched the Inside Edition thing then. But anyways, they put it together where it's like it's constantly saying. But I mean, if you listen to it, it sounds like he's saying it in the context of a story. Like he's saying they kept saying, like he kept saying they and the person said or something like that. It's not like he's necessarily saying in derogatory. I mean, let me listen. See?
There should be a word like, especially like the word.
All right, now that
he says guy.
He says. And there.
To use the word without the word. See word. Say you couldn't say.
He says it a lot, huh? I didn't know it was that much. Holy cow!
Let's bring in.
All these were on there. This is just now getting attention. How are all these clips on the internet? And apparently they're old, and they're just now getting attention. That's crazy.
Your correspondent Brian Stelter. Brian, what
There's
is
a
Joe
lot of
Rogan
bleeps,
now
man. Like I heard like
He
17
is now
bleeps.
apologizing, and we're going to find out if that's enough for Spotify, the company that has an exclusive distribution deal with him. Jim, this is all coming to light because of the recent controversy about anti-vaccine rhetoric on Rogan's podcast. Some artists decided to quit.
They find one thing that you're against that, you know, the whole world they're trying to push you to go against. I mean, push you to go with, and you're against that thing. They'll dig up dirt, man. I'm not saying I'm not justifying what he said or anything like that. I'm just saying that's just how it works.
One of them, India Ari, pointed out this video, this compilation video, and pointed out that the language Rogan has used around race in the past is just as, or maybe even more problematic than his rhetoric about.
Like I said, I don't
vaccines.
watch him. I don't watch him,
Rogan's
so I really
show
don't know.
is known for its fresh and frank and unvarnished conversations. That's why his fans like the show. But this compilation, this use of the N-word so many times in the past may be too much, even for some of his defenders to bear. But here is, in Rogan's own words, part of his apology today.
All right.
I'm making this video to talk about the most regretful and shameful thing that I've ever had to talk about publicly. There's a video that's out that's a compilation of me saying the N-word. It's a video that's made of clips taken out of context of me of 12 years of conversations on my podcast.
I was about to say, because like
smushed together.
some of them seemed as if they were like him telling a story, and he's like, well, he said, and then they said they said this, and you know what I'm saying. So I get some of it maybe, but I don't know about all of it.
Now I know that
I have to see it without the bleeps.
There's no context where a white person is ever allowed to say that word, never mind publicly on a podcast. And I agree with that now. I haven't said it in years, but for a long time, when I would
How long has
bring
Joe
that
Rogan been
word
doing
up, like if it
podcasts?
would come up in conversation, instead of saying the N-word, I would just say the word. I never used it to be racist because I'm not racist, but whenever you're in a situation where you have to say, I'm not racist, you f***ed up. And I clearly have f***ed up.
I mean, that's true. I mean, he knew that.
He clearly has.
Yeah, he clearly has. And you and I both know that
20 plus
compilation
times
right there, which he has admitted to is authentic. That would be enough to put anybody out of a job. I mean, to me,
then they do that to that chick off that one show.
To have that kind of video surface,
the female, I forgot her name,
and keep one's job. But Brian,
she was
there's
like
another video
racial
that
slurs
Patriot Takes
about
put out, which I also want to play. It's a story Joe Rogan is telling of when he went to see what he describes as the Planet of the Apes. It's awful, but just show it and then talk about it.
I don't know if I can.
App, and it says, okay, take me to this one. And the guy goes, okay. I goes, that in a good neighborhood? He's like, oh, yeah. Guy barely speaks English. He takes us there. We get out, and we're giggling. Oh, we're going to see Planet of the Apes. We walk into Planet of the Apes. We walked into Africa, dude. We walked in the door, and there was no white people.
And Rogan addressed this in his video as well.
That was.
What did he have to say about that?
That was.
Yes,
that
that's
was.
right.
That
These
was.
are multiple
come on, man.
Examples of offensive content on this
that
podcast
was.
that he's trying to apologize for at the same time. Here's what he said about this part.
I did not, nor would I ever say that black people are apes, but it sure sounded like that. And I immediately afterwards...
It's weird because like he's saying, I did not intend it this way, although it did sound like I was intending it this way. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't.
It said, that's a racist thing to say. The Planet of the Apes wasn't even in Africa. I was just saying, there's a lot of black people there.
He said he walked into Planet.
So a lot of this is about money.
Trying to diffuse this. Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Trying to diffuse this, Jim, and whether it's going to work is anybody's guess. We've been reaching out to Spotify, asking for content.
I don't know, man.
Spotify promotes itself as just a platform, where
I tried to see it from the other side.
But with Rogan, they're paying Rogan tens of millions of dollars, reportedly $100 million for exclusive rights to his content, including these old episodes full of him using the N-word. Now, listeners have noticed that several dozen episodes have been taken down. Apparently, those are the episodes that we've heard the clips from today. So Spotify might be on a cleanup mission trying to erase some of Rogan's past. But will the company continue to stand by him? That's an open question.
Are these like exclusively on Spotify? Like, don't you have them on YouTube?
Joe Rogan can continue to host his podcast. If people want to listen to it, they can. But it doesn't have to be on Spotify. Some of these companies.
Yeah, I was about to say. Other
put these
places.
Types of programs on their platforms. They don't have to put them there, right, Brian? I mean, are they contractually obligated to do that?
Companies like Spotify, Facebook, Twitter, they present themselves just as platforms, neutral platforms. But actually, Spotify, in this case, is a media company getting in business to distribute Rogan. They don't have to be in that business. They've chosen it because they want to grow their podcast business. That's a choice they might support and stick with. I read the other day, the head of the company said, if we're going to be in the podcast business, we are going to host content that's going to make people upset, that people aren't going to like. So maybe the company's going to stay with that position. But this is what it means to actually be a media company and not just some Silicon Valley platform the way Spotify used to claim that it is.
But Brian, to the earlier question that you and I were discussing a few moments ago, typically in the past when a video like the one at the beginning of this segment
I already know he's about to say
of Joe Rogan saying the N-word repeatedly over and over and over again over the course of many of his episodes, I mean, that would be enough for somebody to lose their job. Why might the situation be different this time, do you think?
It might be different because these are episodes that existed before Spotify bought into the Joe Rogan business. So before he was, part of this exclusive deal to distribute, he was out more on his own as an independent broadcaster. They might try to claim, this was all in the past, but you're right, Jim. There are many examples, including in Hollywood and entertainment,
Oh yeah.
where people have lost their roles for less than this, and that may be why Spotify
One
is
guy
so
from
quiet. At the same time, I want to recognize there are reasons why Rogan has lots of fans, millions of fans. People want to hear his candid conversations, but there's a difference between candid, in-depth conversations and the kind of vile that's in this compilation, Jim.
Right, and it's not just like it happened one time. It has happened repeatedly over the years, and it seems to me he's going to have to do more than put out an apology video, a profanity-laced apology video, to put this matter to rest. Brian Stelter, thanks very much for your time. We appreciate it.
Yep, it's not looking too good for Joe Rogan. I'm not even gonna lie about it. Like, at first, I was like, I don't know why I did that. At first, I was like, well, in a lot of these, clips and compilations or whatever. One, it was taken out of context. Two, it did sound like some of them sounded like they were in context to him telling a story of some sort, of saying that someone else said so and so and so and so. And I get that. It's like reading a book. It's like reading a book and it has like certain words in it and you like still read it kind of. You know what I'm saying? Even though that word maybe shouldn't be a word you should use, but it's a word in which is given in the context of the book. So you read it to give it like it's gravitas, I guess, or whatever. But in this situation, like especially like hearing other moments where it says like he's just saying it and then like it's over 20 times now he's done this, and then the whole Planet of the Apes thing, it's like really no defense against that. It's like, yeah, you basically, you didn't directly call him that, but that's what you basically implied by saying he walked into Planet of the Apes, you know what I'm saying? And then he directly said afterwards it was like a lot of black people. So I'm not big business. I don't know everything, so I couldn't tell you what Spotify should or needs to do, really, to be honest. I'm just saying, as was mentioned in this video, there have been people, artists, entertainers who've said about the same and or even less, and they've had pretty big consequences when it comes to certain companies and careers and opportunities, you know what I'm saying, decrease because of certain things they said. But anyways, I want, like I said, I gave you my opinion. I even tried to, you know what I'm saying, I in the beginning I was like, you know what I'm saying, giving them benefit of the doubt, and you know what I'm saying, but here after being presented with all the information, it's like I'm more of a I don't know. Y'all let me know down below in the comments what are your thoughts and opinions on this. Do you think Spotify will take any other actions besides just getting rid of those couple 70 plus episodes or something like that they got rid of? Do you think they'll do any other further actions? Do you think his viewership is going to go down and lose support? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Y'all let me know down below in the comments what are your thoughts and reactions to all this news and information. Do you all watch Joe Rogan? How do you feel towards Joe Rogan now? Has your feelings changed? Do you support him still? Do you not? What's your thoughts, man? Y'all let me know. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitch, follow me on YouTube. You can also follow me on Instagram at LeroySays. So send to the channel. With that being said, peace.